In 2017, while everyone was obsessed with Trump and low interest rates, things were good, the economy was good, but there was one man. This man was focused on making some serious dough with little to no effort, with a very, very interesting scheme involving AI. Yeah, AI in 2017. I didn't even think about AI in 2017. But this guy was looking to make some serious dough, and he knew what was on the table. I'm talking greenbacks, dinero, cold hard cash. While we were in 2017, this man's was already in 2024. A man with the most generic name ever, Michael Smith, was cooking up something big, and he actually pulled it off until this year. So he did what every YouTube thumbnail is claiming that you can do with AI. He made a bunch of money passively. A bunch of money and no work. And this guy was already pulling it off in 2017. He didn't make anything or sell anything, but rather use software to create music and bots to listen to the music. Using AI, he created thousands of songs and artists, hundreds of thousands of songs. Then he created a bunch of bot accounts to listen to the songs on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, and all the major platforms. And he was extremely successful. He ended up making royalties from these faulty listeners, from these bot listeners, of over $10 million. He used AI to make the music. Then he made bots to listen to the music. It's a victimless crime, but you know what happens when you hurt the big dogs. Amazon, Spotify, Apple, you can't go again. That's not how the world works, my guy. They found out. And now he's being charged with up to 60 years in prison. Why? Why? Victimless crime, right? All right, let's take a step back. Who is Michael Smith? Well, Michael Smith is a 52-year-old man from North Carolina. So apparently what he did wrong was he broke the terms of service. You know, AI music is one thing, but fake listeners is another thing. So they don't like to pay royalties if there aren't any real listeners, because bots don't buy anything, at least yet. They don't buy anything. And so, to give royalties to a musician, you want to give them royalties because they are getting real traction, real views, real listeners, and real engagement. The idea is that he defrauded Spotify and earned money in an illegitimate way. Fair enough, but in my book, this guy's still kind of a hero, especially on the AI front. He proved that you can make passive income, a lot of it, by doing something that really doesn't harm anyone. Sure, these big companies, but these big companies are printing money. So is Mike Smith a bad guy for doing this? Let me know in the comments. But how did he pull this off? Sure, he used an AI software to make the music, but isn't there things in place to catch this at Spotify and YouTube Music and all these things? Well, basically, he randomized song and artist names, and they were convincing enough for a while to have an air of legitimacy. But the names were total garbage. Calm, Identity, Zygotic Washstands. It's like the names you would see on like a weird Amazon storefront from China. And he had thousands of these. So who was pressing charges against him exactly? There's a couple small companies, you might have heard of them. Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music. And who snitched? How did he finally get caught? There's this business called the Mechanical Licensing Collective. These little tattletales looked into him and saw that he was getting billions of streams, and they were all associated with Smith, and they basically emailed him one day and said, "We're telling on you." So 2017, he started this scheme, started cooking up with some AI music, said, "Hey, I can make music at the click of a button." Started making some random music and thought, "Oh, this will be easy. I'll make the music and then I'll get listeners because the music's not that bad." And then he didn't get any listeners, and so he just made his own listeners with bot accounts. Those bot accounts tricked Spotify, think that he was getting listeners on all these songs, and then he just got royalties from it. Amazing. I wish I would have thought of it. And what's stopping people from doing this like at a massive scale? Like if we all did this, they can't. Anyways, so what's Mike Smith's punishment? What is his punishment? Well, Mike Smith is being charged with a number of things, and each count carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. Smith is charged with wire fraud conspiracy, wire fraud, which is a maximum sentence of 20 years, money laundering conspiracy, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. The U.S. Attorney's statement said, through his brazen fraud scheme, Smith stole millions in royalties that should have been paid to musicians, songwriters, and other rights holders. Today, thanks to the work of the FBI, the career prosecutors of this office, it's time for Smith to face the music. That was the U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. That is the funniest pun that he could have possibly. He's been waiting his whole career to do that one. What do you think? Is he a hero? Is he a villain? Is he somewhere in between? Is he the anti-hero that we all deserved? Should they make a Netflix documentary on this guy? I think it's extremely interesting and I'd love to learn more. It's just hard to find information about this guy, but thank you for watching. Let me know what you think.